Hey everybody, I'm Dean from Multi-Genre Music Man. I guess I'm going to do a couple more songs here tonight. This one's going to be Randy Travis. Tonight I'm playing Possum. Pretty sad song. It's about George Jones right after he died. Randy Travis did a song about it, wrote a song about it. And we're going to get right into it. Here it is.
Gonna need a strong woman. There's gonna be a long one. In case you haven't heard, he stopped loving her today. So I'm dusting off the bottle.
Sorry guys, hit me for the pause. There you go.
There's gonna be an all-nighter. I'm warning you now. From here on out, boys, I'll be the DJ. So find a drink or find a road. About to drop that needle on some old show. You're gonna want an ashtray and a bottle. I'm going deep and going long till I run that needle through every last song he ever sung. So pour 'em strong, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Tonight I'm playing Possum.
Alright, just so everybody knows, George Jones died April 26, 2013, age 81 years old. I'm not exactly sure what he died of, but that's the day he died.
I bet he stepped right up singing. Now he's bringing every angel in the house up there to tears. So close the doors and lock 'em up. And if you see me choking up, just dim the lights. 'Cause boys, tonight, what happens here stays here. Find a drink or find a road. About to drop that needle on some old show. You're gonna want an ashtray and a bottle. I'm going deep, I'm going long till I run that needle through every last song he ever sung. So pour 'em strong and smoke 'em if you got 'em. Boys, tonight I'm playing Possum.
You know, George Jones had a lot of nicknames. No-Show Jones, because he didn't show up at his shows when he said he would. Possum. There's a couple reasons they say he got the name Possum. One I don't believe at all. It says he looked like a possum. That I don't believe. It could have been in the beginning maybe, but I don't believe it. On a show he had, when George Jones had the George Jones show, he had Waylon Jennings on the show. And Waylon explained that the way he got the name was Waylon was living in this trailer, and George Jones would come into the trailer really drunk, and he told him to sit down and just relax and get out of his space and sit down and cool off and let the alcohol in your body relax. And George stood up and now I want to fight. So Waylon Jennings hauled off and gave him a slug in the chin, and down George Jones goes, and he don't get up. So Waylon Jennings goes over and gives him a little shake, and still nothing. So he's like, "Oh, geez, I just killed George Jones." So he went over and gave him a good shake, and just when he had both hands on George Jones where he couldn't protect himself, George Jones hauled off and popped him right in the face. And he said, "You possum, you!" And after that, I guess that's where he got the name the Possum. He played possum, pretending like he was dead, and as soon as Waylon had no defense because he had his hands on George Jones come up and creamed him one. So it's just a funny little note where he got his name, one of his names.
Bartender's Brew.
Why they baby white.
Who's gonna fill their shoes? Still doing time. I'm going deep and going long till I love that you will do every last song he ever sung. So pour a song that's gonna let you down. Tonight I'm playing my song. Tonight I'm playing my song. I'm gonna need a strong one. There's gonna be a long one. In case you hadn't heard. Who's gonna have a
I'm sure everybody knows this, but that's a reference to the song "He Stopped Loving Her Today." The way the guy quit loving the woman was he passed away. George Jones and Randy Travis are really good friends. It must have been very hard for him to sing that song they wrote for him. And it's too bad about what happened to Randy Travis too. A stroke or whatever it's been. He's just about completely lost his voice and can't sing anymore. All the legends seem to be going, and it's very sad. So I'm gonna make this quick. Like the video, share the video, share it wherever you need to, and please subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't done it. Other than that, this is Dean telling you to have a good night.